Welcome to the Academic Integrity webinar for the School of Nutrition and Health Promotion. In this presentation, you'll learn about what is expected of ASU students when it comes to incorporating information into your papers. This is a collaboration between the School of Nutrition and Health Promotion and the Writing Center at the downtown Phoenix campus. Honor, sincerity, goodness, virtue. These are all synonyms for integrity. It means doing the right thing, even when nobody seems to be watching. ASU and the School of Nutrition and Health Promotion value these principles in their students. Often, a student who commits an act of plagiarism or violates academic integrity doesn't have malicious intentions, but simply fails to understand the boundaries of academic integrity. This presentation will help you understand and navigate academic integrity. Before we begin, let's discuss the values of the university and the School of Nutrition and Health Promotion. These values are what drive and undergird academic integrity. They are advocacy for the health, safety, and rights of the client, responsibility and accountability for individual professional practice in the provision of optimum client care, and duty to self to maintain competence, integrity, and personal and professional development. From day one, ASU seeks to develop its students professionally and prepare them for a successful career in their field. Fostering integrity and academic integrity is key to this development. Now let's get to the specifics. Plagiarism is one aspect of academic integrity, but what does plagiarism really mean? It's useful to have a working definition of plagiarism, so let's use this one, borrowed from the Council of Writing Program Administrators. Plagiarism occurs when a writer uses someone else's language, ideas, or other original, that is, not common knowledge, material, without acknowledging its source. In the next few slides, we'll further explore our definition of plagiarism. What does it mean to say that plagiarism involves using someone else's language, ideas, or other original material? This means that any medium of information is up for grabs and must be cited or acknowledged in student work. This might include traditional mediums such as books, peer-reviewed scholarly journal articles, newspaper articles, and reports. However, it's important to remember that oral interviews, blogs, web images, YouTube videos, and other online sources also need to be documented when they have been used. Moving along, what does it mean to say that plagiarism occurs when a writer uses someone else's original, that is not common knowledge material, without acknowledging its source? This is the number one question from students regarding plagiarism. How do I know what to cite? When? How often? A good rule of thumb is to ask yourself, did I know this before, or did I have to research it? To determine if something is common knowledge, ask yourself 1, how many people know this information? And 2, is this information found in a very large number of sources? If many people know the information and it can be found in many sources, it's probably common knowledge. If you're unsure whether a piece of information is common knowledge, cite it. When in doubt, always cite source materials. Here's the most obvious part of our plagiarism definition. Not acknowledging the source of information is plagiarism, plain and simple. The fact is, most plagiarism is unintentional and caused by poor citation practices. Now, imagine your favorite grocery store. Say you pay for your items at the checkout, but forgetting about a case of bottled water on the lower shelf of your cart, you take it out of the store without paying for the water. Is this considered stealing? Unfortunately, the answer is yes. Whether intentional or not, using information without citing is a violation of ASU's academic integrity policy and can result in disciplinary action. The best way to prevent plagiarism is by familiarizing yourself with citation styles and by slowing down when writing a paper. This means no more 3 a.m. night before it's due paper writing. In the next few slides, we'll discuss citation style. What is a citation style? You may have heard of or worked with a few. APA, MLA, Chicago. The truth is, everything has a citation style, whether or not it's called by that name. Movie credits and Tumblr reblog links are 2 examples of citation. Citation is a professional practice that continues after graduation, so it's best to learn it now. If you don't have one, you should consider purchasing an APA style manual, as well as a style manual for other citation styles you frequently work with. These will serve you throughout your time at ASU. Let's break citation style down further. Why is it necessary? First of all, citation style creates a consensus for how writers convey information. In this sense, citation style actually makes writing easier because it establishes guidelines for all writers including those who wrote your sources. Citation style ensures that due credit is given for intellectual work. In this sense, citation also serves as an economic market function, as it protects intellectual capital from being stolen. Especially in health-related fields, credibility is crucially important. In the professional world, you may stand between your client and a body of scholarly, peer-reviewed literature on nutrition. It's important to maintain a client's professional trust that you understand how to handle information from your discipline as a professional. Rather, it's important to maintaining a client's professional trust that you understand how to handle information from your discipline as a professional. You've read your sources, made notes, and now you want to use the information you've learned. Great. There are 3 basic ways of incorporating someone else's ideas into your paper. The first is direct quotation. This means taking the writer's information word for word and citing it. Direct quotation is used when the information absolutely cannot be presented in a different way or when the writer's language is particularly descriptive or poignant. In this example, the quote is a line lifted directly from Star Wars. Luke, I am your father. The second way to use information is by paraphrasing it. Paraphrasing isolates one idea that the writer had, then re-explains it in the context of the new paper. In this example, the scene of Vader's revelation to Luke is isolated, then discussed in a new way. The third is summarizing. Summarizing discusses complete works of writing as a whole. In this case, we could say something like, I like Star Wars more than Harry Potter. Summarizing evaluates an entire piece and often compares it to another work. Finally, please note that as of fall 2014 semester, the ASU School of Nutrition and Health Promotion will no longer accept direct quotations in student papers. Direct quotes should be used very sparingly. Because students have been overusing the technique, direct quotations will no longer, again, be allowed within the student School of Nutrition and Health Promotion. Overusing quotations causes a paper to become imbalanced, and the unique voice of the writer is lost when it is overshadowed by too many quotes. Quoting is not a good way to demonstrate your knowledge of a topic. Phrasing or summarizing are. In order to paraphrase, you need to put the entire thought into your own words. Using a thesaurus to replace a few words or rearranging the sentences is not paraphrasing. Here's an example, using text from SNHP's nutrition program website. As you can see in the how not to paraphrase examples, we've only moved a couple words around, but in the example of paraphrasing, the entire sentence has been changed. Direct quotations will no longer be allowed within the School of Nutrition and Health Promotion. Next, let's examine some common citation errors that lead to accidental plagiarism. In the first example, the source information cited is too vague. The text CNN.com tells us a very limited amount of information about the source. It's a good place to start, but your readers need more information. Who wrote the article for CNN? What is the article title? When was it published? The second example makes the opposite mistake by citing the entire title with the first and last names of the author. Full titles and full names are best saved for the references page. In this example, no year of publication is given. Even when such information is unavailable, lowercase n period d period should be used to note that no date is available. In the second example, a first name has been used. In APA citation, this is incorrect. Misciting information may not always constitute a violation of academic integrity, but it's always better to be safe than sorry. Citation styles vary in their specific practices. For example, APA citation does not usually allow an in-text citation to appear in the middle of the text. AMA, however, often requires an in-text citation immediately following presentation of information from a source. Always consult the style guide, publication manual, or other trusted resource. If you're unsure, ask your faculty. In the second example, the citation comes too late. It is separated from the sentence by another sentence. Not including an in-text citation is obviously considered plagiarism. When in doubt, oversight and remove extra in-text citations later. In the second example, the in-text citation has been incorrectly punctuated. When in doubt, be consistent in your punctuation. So if you think you should use a hyphen, at least use it throughout the paper. Correcting punctuation errors later will be easier if you don't have to search for mistakes. Recycling is great for paper, plastic, and glass, but not for writing. Most students understand it's not acceptable to use others' work, including peers' work, as their own. However, many students are not aware that it's not acceptable to recycle your own work from previous classes. Even using a section of an old paper, like an annotated bibliography or list of references, can be considered plagiarism. You have already received credit for this work. Therefore, it's not acceptable to double dip or reuse work for which you've already received a grade. Cutting and pasting can negatively impact your writing, even when the pasted information is properly cited. After submitting an assignment electronically, pasted text can revert to its original font, size, and reformatting, resulting in a messy paper that is difficult to read. Save yourself and your instructor a headache by retyping the information. One of the most common forms of plagiarism is plagiarism of non-text content. This includes photographs, clip art, images found via Google or Flickr, videos, and other multimedia sources. Consider using Creative Commons licensed material when possible. Unlike the copyright all rights reserved licensing we're familiar with, material licensed under Creative Commons ensures that content creators still receive credit for their work, but the creators have greater control over their work. For example, content creators can specify if their work can be used commercially or not, and they can ensure that any derivative works are licensed under the same license as the original content. We've all been there. You have a group assignment due, and it's only fair to divide the work into sections and have each team member complete his or her section individually before piecing them together, right? Not so fast. Group assignments are meant to foster teamwork and collaborative learning. Therefore, the learning must occur with group members in the same room. It's okay to divide tasks as long as each member participates in the other's work by revising each other's work. Teach each other and learn from one another. ASU Writing Centers are a great resource for double-checking your work with a peer tutor. Tutors do not edit papers, and they will never change your original ideas. Instead, they will ask questions and offer feedback on your writing. Tutors are ASU students from many backgrounds who look at student writing on a daily basis and can show you where to find the best writing resources to improve your skills. The Writing Center and its resources are free to all ASU students, but an appointment is necessary to work with a tutor. Did you know that ASU libraries offer academic integrity support as well? Librarians can show you how to use source and citation managers, direct you to helpful writing resources, and offer advice on best practices for scholarly research. Receiving advice from an expert in your field is not only an exciting educational opportunity, it is a good professional practice to develop. Faculty want their students to be engaged and interested in exploring their passion, so don't be shy. Visit your instructors during their office hours and also ask questions about the course or your writing. This is the Student Integrity Pledge taken from the SNHP Student Handbook. As we conclude, please take a moment to read it and reflect on its message. Additional resources are available to support you and help you navigate academic integrity. The ASU Academic Integrity Policy, Self-Guided Academic Integrity Quiz, SNHP Undergraduate Handbook, and SNHP Student Handbook are all easily accessible through the ASU website. As mentioned before, style manuals, whether APA, MLA, AMA, or others, are very useful to have on hand throughout your academic career. Finally, They Say, I Say is a best-selling writing instruction book that simplifies and demystifies the writing process, especially as it relates to academic writing.